everybody, I'm Debbie from SimplySpecialCrafts, and today we're going to take a look at the Frosty Friends kit from Hunkydory Crafts. These make these wonderful moving kinetic cards. They're just terrific, and we're going to have a lot of fun putting these together. So let's get started. These are the 4 different styles that our card kit makes. You get 3 of each, so this kit is going to make a total of 12 cards. Now there are a couple of supplemental materials that are needed for this class. Hunkydory recommends that you have red tape. I don't see any reason why you need red tape for this. I think your finger lift tape is just as good and less costly, so I'm going to recommend finger lift tape instead. You're going to need some shaker tape or some foam squares. If you have foam squares, you can go ahead and use those, but I'm going to ask you to clip them down, and you'll see what I'm talking about if we go that way. I'm going to go ahead and use this shaker tape because I had the best results with this. And this comes with some foam dots in it. The challenge here is that I found that the mechanisms actually work better if I layered these and used 2 on each one. So as you can see, on the 4 samples I've already finished, I used half of the foam squares that were provided in the kit. So I'm going to recommend, since we don't have more of the rounds, I'm going to recommend that you get some 12 by 12 by 2s that you can stack up and then trim around to make some extra foam squares. So that's how we're going to handle our kit today. We're going to go ahead and double these up, but we're going to kind of improvise to make sure that we have enough squares. So again, I'm recommending that these 3 things be added to your kit: shaker tape, finger lift tape, and some 12 by 12 foam squares. You may find a different improvisation, boy, that's quite a word, but improvisation, I guess that's a better way to say it. You may find a better workaround, but this is what I did, and my mechanisms work really well on these. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look at the contents of our kit. As I've said, you get some foam dots. You get your card blanks. They're already pre-folded. And you get 6 of the card blanks that are in the squares. You get 6 of the card blanks that are in the DLs. You get inserts for all of your cards, which is really nice. You get the envelopes for your cards. You get, now my sheets are partially used because I made up our samples that I've been showing you, but you get 2 sheets of these punch outs for the DL cards. And you get 2 sheets of punch outs. No, we got 3 sheets. We got 3 sheets. That doesn't make sense. Well, I guess we do. We get 3 sheets of the punch outs for the DL cards, and we get 3 sheets of punch outs for the squares. Let's try that in, being more organized about my approach here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started with our first card. I'm going to put my envelopes off to the side. I think on camera we'll make 1 of each style. Remember, you'll get more of each style, but we're just going to make 1 of each on camera. So I'm going to put my extra supplies away here. Just get out the things we're actually going to use. This is a really fun project, and they're fairly easy once you figure your workarounds for the little mechanisms. We need 1 of those, and we need 1 of these. Okay, let's start with the Snowman skater. So I'm going to take my Snowman skater, my Snowman insert, stack these up over here. I'm going to get I got my inserts. I'm going to set these punch outs off to the side, and I'll get my inserts here. Look at all these extra, by the way, look at all these extra images that we get. So it's kind of fun. You get extra snowmen, extra. So if you make up your own channels and your own penny sliders, you could actually make extras of these cards. You'll have to create your own backgrounds, but anyway, there's extra pieces. Or you could use them on just standard cards, and that would be okay too. I'm going to use this kind of a slider. Let's see, there is one that goes with each one of these. Yeah, I think this is the one I want. This is the one I want for this, because he's got the little bird on his hand, so I want the little bird channel. And then I want, let's see, I'm going to use the Let It Snow off of here, because that makes a lot of sense for a snowman card. I can either use Let It Snow, Season's Greetings, or a little snowman. I think this time I used Season's Greetings. That's cute. Okay, set these off to the side. Let's begin by folding our card. And this actually has a snowman on the back as well as on the front. We're going to fold our insert and put it inside. So we're just going to fold this side to side. Now my recommendation for inserts is that you just tape it on one side. I usually find my open side and then I tape it on the back here so that this will go right into my fold. Yeah, you can put more tape on these if you like, but this is the easy way to insert one of these, is just to put this right inside here, just like that. And then you've got your nice insert already inserted. You don't deal with any buckling that way. I think that just works out nice. So there we go. I'm going to crease this a little bit so it'll stay somewhat closed while I'm working. Now, we're going to take this channel and we're going to pop the middle out of it. And the middle is discard. So I'm just going to carefully pop this out. And I've got my channel. Now, I told you that I cut my shaker tape in half. And let me tell you why I did that. We're going to have a penny that's sliding through this channel, and that's actually what's going to hold. I didn't put that on the supplies. You're going to need a dozen pennies too, guys. We're going to have a little penny that's sliding back and forth here in this channel, and we have to have plenty of room for that to move. Standard shaker tape on this one, I think, would actually fit. Let's see if it wouldn't. But I did find that on some of them, it was a really close fit, and the penny was getting held up by the shaker tape. So what I recommend is that you actually cut that shaker tape in half. It's really easy to cut as long as you leave the paper in place while you're cutting it. So, I'll trim that end off. If you will cut it up through the center and cut through the tape, it's not a bad cut to cut this in half. It's still going to be sticky on the bottom, but you can cut up through this with your long blade scissors. Cutting up through the, well, that didn't work so slick, did it? Let me try my sharper scissors. Let's see if I can get this time. I know I didn't have any trouble cutting it last time. There we go. It's really gummy though, but I'm trying to just narrow this out a little bit. I wish that they would have made these channels just a bit wider. In virtually all cases we had room for it to be wider. But looks like I'm tearing them up tonight. going to try one more different style of scissors here. Where'd my cutter beads go? I don't remember which scissors I was using. This might be easier. Not sure. Oh yeah. I must have been the cutter beads I was using last time. I'm actually using sharp scissors. And see, but these are also non-stick scissors. So if you have a little bit of challenge like I just did, you'll know that's kind of par for the course. But this is one thing that I found that really helped me to get the pennies to slide freely, was to leave plenty of room. As long as I'm already cutting this, I'm going to cut quite a bit of it, because we have 4 cards to put together here in our samples. That worked well. Okay, so that was the trick, as I was using my cutter beads. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tape this channel in place on my card. I'm going to peel my tape back. And I'm going to go right around the outside of my channel, enough that it doesn't show from the front, but as far to the outside as I can get it, so that it's not interfering with my mechanism. I think I'll just use that one that keeps trying to swing into my way there. And this is all on the back, so the fact that my cutting isn't real straight doesn't matter at all. But this is going to hold this up nice and high. And I don't think I really need any of the 2 ends there, because this is going to be held up. It's, it's only a short distance between the 2 points here. Come on. I'm going to peel my tape. Because I've messed around with this piece of tape, it's not as sticky as it could be on this edge. In fact, I think I'm going to maybe glue that, because my tape isn't real sticky right there. Because this is the piece I already had cut. And it's just... Usually your shaker tape's really sticky, and this isn't an issue. It's just a piece that I already had sitting here, so I'll put a little glue on that just to hold it extra. And I'm going to put this channel right between these 2 bows. The side that's glued is going to have to sit for a minute to adhere. Okay, let's build our penny. Oh, I'm going to need my punch-out sheet from my Snowman. We can use whichever one we want to. There are some layering pieces we could use here if we want to. So let's see. This is Snowman. We may have to redo this. Let that sit and get tacky for a minute. Okay, so let's choose this one. He's got his little stick arms. He's wearing his ice skates. Come on, about. Come on. Up out of there. There we go. He has a little pom-pom hat. Let's get that punched out. He also has this little brown and red scarf. We'll layer him up with that. And what else have we got? I think that's it, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take this one off too. All right. Let's go ahead and layer him up with some little pieces of tape. I'm going to use those leftover dots. Why would you not want to use those leftover dots?
That's true.
Because that's what we do. We're crafters. We have to use all these extra little pieces. Cut up my little squares here. I'm going to put this on my snowman. Hunkydory carries some foam tape that is on one of their foam square sheets that has 2 different widths of tape. We didn't have any of those in stock right now. That's why we're cutting this to a little narrower width. But if you happen to have one of those sheets that has the 2 different widths of foam tape on it in your stash, that would work really, really well for this. There's his scarf. I think we pretty much got everything we need on his scarf, but I'll put one more little foam at the bottom here. Okay. Maybe not. Oh, I took the paper off. Well, I didn't get all the paper off it though. Now it's sticky. There we go. Okay, layer that up on my little snowman. Didn't take that one off. Okay. Put a little dot on his hat. Come on. I would have thought that peeling the foam tape would be my big challenge in this. Okay. Very good. Go ahead, squeak that door a little more over there, Lauren. Okay, we'll get his foam hat, his snow hat put on here. And okay, our snowman's ready to go. We are going to put the snowman, just looking where I positioned the penny last time, and turn him over. I'm going to use one of these dots to create the other. I have 8 cards left to do, and I have 8 pieces of foam left, so I'm going to stick this onto this 12 by 12 square. The square is just a little bit bigger than that foam dot. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a good fit. And I'm just going to trim around this to double the size of my foam dot. Again, it's an improvisation, but it works. I'm going to put that between, that double foam square, between my snowman and the penny. And I'm going to put that right in the middle of his body. I'll put it here. I'll put the penny on. Then I'm going to slide this into the channel that we created, which should be nice and tacked down now. I'm going to just lightly lift this, and it's flexible enough to slide that in. Make sure his fingers, or his hands, are forward. And sometimes it has to loosen up a little bit in there before it'll start actually spinning. That's okay, that's normal. Because it's a little bit tacky on the sides of the dot right now. So as you spin it back and forth, it kind of loosens up and the mechanism works better. But there we go, he is spinning. Okay, let's put our greeting on. And we can really put this anywhere we want it to be. Last time I guess I put 2 on there last time. I said sending Christmas hugs, and I said let it snow. So I guess I'll put season's greetings up here. Maybe I'll get another one for let it snow and put it on there. Or I could put the little snowman face. Don't put this up on foam squares because we don't need anything getting in the way of the mechanisms. So just put these right down to your cards here. Greetings. How about we use this little polar bear face? It's really, really cute. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want the snowman. I want the snowman face. The red head. Okay. Put this down at the bottom. And there's a place on the back here. So the only complicated thing about this, guys, when you were asking, can a kid do this? Yes, a kid absolutely can do this, but I recommend that you trim those foam strips for them because that's not particularly an easy job, and trim down the foam squares for them. But putting in the insert, that kind of stuff, that's all easy. And then we have a lovingly handmade that we can put on the back. And our first card is done. I'm going to go off camera for just a minute while I trim up some more of my foam tape. You don't need to watch me do that, and we'll be right back. This time we're going to go ahead and do the Santa card, and I've popped out this channel mat, and I've already put foam tape on the bottom of both of these pieces. And I put this closer than I want it to be. I just realized that, so I'm going to move this one. I want this to be in further because I got to leave room for that penny to move, which was exactly why I was making this skinnier. So that's okay. Stick with me, I'll show you how to do it. Oh, I'm glad you guys are patient with me. I'm gonna stick on there now. Doesn't really want to stick. Oh, that's because I'm sticking the wrong edge. Amazing what happens if you put the adhesive side down. Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay, we have 2 different pieces here. We're going to use this outer border where I have moved the adhesive as far out as I can. And we have this inner piece where I just moved it in a little ways to leave plenty of room for my penny to clear as it goes through the channel. So we're going to use those. I'm going to discard this piece. Let's fold our card, put in our insert, fold the card, put in the insert. We're going to fold this in half, match the corners. that in half. It's going to open this way, so I want to go this way to put my tape on the back. Yep. We're going to peel my adhesive. I'm going to put this right here, right up to the seam. That looks good. We're leaving the more blank side to the front because that's where we're going to put our channel mat. Now it's nicely inserted. We're going to grab this big circle, and it's really non-directional, so we're just going to kind of center it between the bows. We've got that down. We've got this center piece, which I have to peel the tape off of yet. I'm going to peel this. These are such cute cards. I found it a little frustrating when the mechanisms weren't working right though, so that's why the little workarounds. Okay, nice and sticky. This one is directional, so we will put the top package facing up and pretty much center that. We've got our penny. We need to punch out our little Santa. I like the Santa with the presents in his hands, so I'm going to use that one. Come on. Come on. Pop out of there. Come on. Come on. And his little ice skates. We need a Santa hat. No, I don't need a Santa hat. I just need presents because his Santa hat is kind of hid. I just need a present for his right hand. That's not it. That's his present for his left hand. And I need a present for his right hand. We'll fold those on. Brittany was laughing at me for using these little scrap pieces, but I know you guys well enough to know you'll do it too, because why would we want to throw away that adhesive that's around the circles? It still works good. Because that's what we do as crafters. We make every little bit count, don't we? Oh no sense throwing those pieces away. I want to talk about the package or the gift packages. You'll see that there is a punch out on your sheet. Like here. There's a punch out on your sheet that matches the gifts. But let me tell you, if you actually put that punch out on top of here, Santa's not going to spin. So don't layer that piece. Use that as an extra. Okay? One good thing about me doing these ahead of you is I can tell you everything that gave me challenges. That gave me a challenge. I thought, what are we doing here? Okay, putting my penny in the middle of Santa's back. Oops, I get a little punch out on Santa's hat to punch out of there. I always like looking at the back. When you punch something out, you can see where they intended. I'm going to get another of my foam squares here. I'm going to double that up again, just like I did last time. And I'm going to put my foam circle on top. And remember, again, the only reason I'm doing this is because they gave me on my sheet 16 little dots, and I'm finding that the mechanisms work better if I double them. But there aren't enough to double all of them in the kit. And they don't sell these little foam dots separately. So this is our workaround. It's just to put one on top of the 12mm foam square and cut around it. It works. We make it work. Because that's what we do. Again, we're crafters. Faced with the challenge, no problem. I'm glad that my scissors are non-stick. Okay, I'm going to lose my dot. There it is. I'm going to chase my dot. And I'm going to stick that dot on the back of Santa. I'm going to lift the back tape and I'm going to stick a penny there in the middle of Santa's back. And I'm going to carefully slide this into the channel. There's enough flexibility. This one's a little bit tougher, but I can do it. Have to kind of put them in there. And it'll take a little working it back and forth to just get the mechanism all. But you can see it's already trying to spin, so it's going to be nice. A nice fit. Come on. It has some little sticky edges on it at first, so you just have to kind of work it a little bit. And then pretty soon it's spinning. You probably could, after you put it on there, that probably would have been a good idea to use my powder bag around the sides. That might be a good idea, guys. You know how we do in our acetate cards, use our powder bag around the side, but we don't want to influence the sticky. So stick it on before you do that, but let's try that next time. Let's put the powder around the sides of it, and that way it won't have to work so hard to get the channel all loosened up. I may actually put some powder in the channel though now and let it pick up on there so it's not so sticky. But here we go. Here we go. He's working. Okay, and then on this one, I didn't choose to put any of the other toppers on this side, but I do believe there is a Lovingly Handmade. So let's put one of those on there, handmade just for you. I'll put that on the back. And we have 2 cards done. And we'll get that powder bag out so I don't forget to try that, because I think that might work really well. Okay. All right. I'll put it right up here in the center. That'll look good. Okay. You know what? I can actually lift that out. I'm going to powder that and see if that makes a difference in his allowing him to spin more freely. It may just be it has to wear in too, but this can't hurt to try. Doing the same thing we do with our acetate, right? We're making the sticky on the sides of the acetate go away. I didn't think of this before. But let's see if that makes any difference. A little powder in the channel too. Now let's see what happens. Slide this in, just lift that lid just a little bit. Do the same thing on the outer edge. Come on, Santa, slide in there. Do the outer edge first and lift that. There we go. He's in the channel. Oh, he's ready to rumble now. Yeah, that did it. Look how easily and freely he moves now. He's still we still need to work it a little bit. Just use it, just spin it. And he's working. The round, I did find on my other one, the round doesn't slide quite as much as some of the others. It works better side to side than it does trying to go all the way around the loop with it. But still cute. Okay, so we got Santa working. And you can see on this one, he's really running freely after I've used it for a while. The other things you can do that will help is kind of lift his body forward a little bit. Make sure all the things he's holding are clearing nicely. He's going well. Okay, Santa's done. Let's do, the next one we're going to do is going to be this penguin. Going to go off camera again while I cut my foam, and we'll be right back. Okay, while we were away, I went ahead, and this is the most cumbersome of the channels, guys. I tried putting standard foam squares here. If you use foam squares, cut them in half. Make those 5mm squares 2.5 and go clear up to the edge, because this one was a pain to keep moving those foam squares out and out everywhere it was hanging up. So go clear to the edge, cut that strip if you're using the, my recommendation in using the shaker tape, cut that shaker tape in half and go clear out to the outside edge. Not real sure why they didn't make this one a little bit wider, but probably to challenge us and see how creative we were. Fortunately, we're highly creative, so we fixed it. Here's my channel. It goes kind of like so. Put that on. I put my foam squares on a couple of, these I did put foam squares on because they're well out of the range of where the channel is running. So I'm going to put for you down here in this corner because it's well away from the penguin. I'm going to put this warm winter wishes up here. I've got my penguin all layered up. I'm going to go ahead, flip him over. Let's make a foam square for the back of him. Remember, we're taking one foam square off this sheet. Maybe. There it is. And we're going to stick it to one of these foam squares here. We're going to cut around it. We're going to stick it on with the paper. Well, maybe we'll stick it on while the paper's still on it. We'll go ahead and powder this because it'd be easier when the penny's not in the way, wouldn't it? So let's, oh, my paper's part on and part off. Let's take that off. We'll put that in the middle of his back. I have my nice paper still in place, so I'm going to powder this up a little bit. Get that nice and powdery. I'm going to wipe off my paper. She didn't put my cloth back. Okay. Okay, my daughter's been using my supplies. She does not return things to their proper homes. Thank you. I'm just wiping any powder off here, off the top paper, because I don't want that to get on my foam. Keep it from sticking right. I'm going to peel off my paper, put on my penny. I'm going to fit him into my slider. Lift a little on one side, lift just a little on the other, and I didn't hit it. Let's hit that channel. Come on, come on, come on there. There we go, he's in. Now, oh, he's turning really well this time. Look at that one go. There's our solution, guys. Look at that. That just, it's ready to rip, and this was the one that drove me crazy. Okay, we have one last one to go, and that is really the same as the first one. We can do it real quick here, though, because I told you I'd do 4 on camera. We're going to do our polar bear. Do I not have a polar bear over there? Oh, oh, there he is. Okay. I didn't put this on the inside, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on the inside of my penguin card, just folding it in half. Yes, I did.
That's the wrong one. That was the first one you made.
Oh.
That's your one you just
This is
did.
the one we just made. There we go. Thank you. It's getting late and we're both running. That's the side I wanted. Okay. We'll peel our tape off here. Insert that. Okay, now it's done. Nope. Made with love. On the back. One last one to do here. Because of the, there we go. Perfect! That last one worked just wonderfully. Except I just knocked the penny out of it. That was upside down. There we go. That is a winner now. He's going. Okay, we're going to do our polar bear. One thing about the polar bear is notice that this one is on the landscape rather than the other direction like our other one was. We're going to have the mountainside to us. You want to go ahead and punch out, Brittany, the polar bear and layer him up while we're doing our thing on the other ones.
Okay.
Let's not them. And I'll take his channel. I've got some pieces cut here. We'll see if I have enough
That's
ready.
the wrong channel.
Oh, yep, I want this one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Do you want the green scarf or the red scarf?
I don't care. You choose.
You're going to get the green scarf because you got the red one last time.
Okay.
Oh, but does he not have as many? Oh, he has a ton. Okay.
All right. I got my channel. I've got my pieces cut here already. So we've got these cut in half. I'm going to peel and stick this down for my channel, and I'm going to the outside edge of my channel like before. Want it as far over as I can get it without it showing from the front. I have another piece cut here. Use this one on the other side. I've got a couple more pieces cut. I might as well do them on the ends. You don't really have to do them on the ends, but since I have extra pieces cut, I'll go ahead and stick them to the ends. Just make sure they're well back from your actual channel where your penny's going to travel. A little bit left will stick here. Brittany's fallen out of the chair here, guys.
It ran away from me.
It was a complicated task I gave you. I realize it takes all of your mental acuity at this point in the time.
You didn't hear me foam squares. I was grabbing them and my chair ran away.
She did not fall. I would have asked her if she was okay before laughing had she fallen. She did not fall. She staggered. She looks like she's been having a lot more fun than she's really had at work today. Although we have fun all the time, don't we, Brittany? Isn't it a joy to work here?
It so is.
Right answer.
That sounded so honest and true.
Come on, guys. You know you love me.
Sincere, even.
Okay. Here we go. And all our tape off our channel. Here we go. We're ripping ready. We got our holly channel that's going to go on. It goes on just a little bit above the tree line. We'll slide that in here. This one may come closer to the actual emblem, so I'm going to put these on flat. I'm going to put a polar bear down in the corner, and I'm going to put a joyous Noel. I like sending Christmas hugs. Sending Christmas hugs up in this corner. I'm going to put those down flat because I don't want to put them up on foam squares where they might interfere with my polar bear doing his dance. Christmas hugs. We got our little polar bear here. Let's go ahead and cut out a foam dot for him. Use one of theirs. Yeah, I wish they would have given us more dots in this kit. This step here wouldn't be necessary. But, you know, we work around. Okay. So let's cut around that. Hang on to it. You may be wondering, why do we have to cut around it? Why can't we just put it in the channel? Because we want it to spin, so it needs to be round, so it's not bumping on the corners. So a dot is definitely in order rather than a square. Got that one nice and round though. I'm getting better at this. Oh joy. Okay. I'm going to put this right in the middle of my polar bear. I'm going to powder it up with our powder bag. Did you catch this step, Margie, when you're doing yours? We're finding that deactivating, since we're putting in an extra piece of adhesive, deactivating the side is helping us to get better movement. So we're using our little powder bag. Then we gotta dust off the top before we stick our penny to it. Stick in a shiny bright penny. And there. Into the channel it goes. Lift a little on one side, lift a little on the other. Kind of slide it in there. There we go. Moving like a champ from the very beginning. Look at that. That's cool. Okay, let's give it a little handmade by on the back. And we have completed all 4 cards. Again, your kit contains 3 of each. So with the exception of shaker tape and finger lift tape, and the 12 by 12 by 2 foam squares that I'm recommending you add, everything else is in the kit, including the inserts. I'll pop an insert in this one really quickly.
You have inserts?
It has inserts in them. Yeah. Yeah, it has inserts. I have inserts, guys. Maybe they only gave them to me because I've been good, but I do have inserts. Could it be the complaining? I'm not sure.
I think it came with the package.
Yes, it was in the kit. It's probably the only reason Brittany let me have them. I just taped that wrong. So let's put a piece of tape on the other side and slide this in. Okay. There we go. Okay, that is how we make our spinner cards. Child friendly, yes, with a little adult assistance, cutting down those strips of shaker tape, making the modified dots. I think pretty child friendly. They can certainly do the layering. They can certainly participate to a great degree in making these, but there they go. I love these ones that are on the long strips. They just really rip. But we got them all going, everything's looking good. Again, if it's hanging up at all, think about taking it off, put a little powder on it, or just keep running it a little bit, and the longer you run it, the smoother the mechanism will get in there. Because we know we have plenty of room for a channel the way we made them. Make sure if it's hanging up that you don't have any pieces that are dragging in the channel as it's going. And this one with a circle, he's just a little bit more cumbersome than some of the others, but these were ripping right up and down. So we got it. That's it. I'm Debbie from SimplySpecialCrafts. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button while you're here, and YouTube will recommend to you other of our videos that you might enjoy. And we have a newsletter where we link out and tell you anytime there's a new video out online, and we link you to any of the products used. Today's video will link you to the 12x12x2 foam squares, the shaker tape, and the finger lift tape, as well as the kit. I'm Debbie from SimplySpecialCrafts, and we'll see you next time.